Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Patch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hey everybody, it's Brian Posehn, and you're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hi friends.
Hello.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Posehn.
Hey, you said hey, everybody. I'd like to point out that straw's cheaper and grass is free.
That's Blaine.
Or is it?
Ken
Oh,
is
my
chuckling, and Dan is grabbing a soda.
I am.
G and an S? I don't have time to say grabbing or soda.
It's
You kids and your
Jesus.
acronyms.
It's episode 24, everybody. We did it.
Yeah, it's the Kiefer episode.
Yeah, we're doing this one in real time. I'm going to go drink too much and jump into a Christmas tree.
So,
My dad is going to reach up to grab a cup out of a cupboard wearing a sweater and no underpants.
we got
So
some
we're a couple of
people-
weeks ahead. Yeah, before we do that.
Before we get too into the
any
shenanigans.
gigs you want to plug, Blaine? Anything coming up in October?
October 24th, I'm going to be at Vitello's, where Robert Blake killed his wife with a Wendy Liebman show, which will be fantastic.
Wendy's the best.
She is underrated and overlooked.
She's a
comic
goddamn
classic.
delight, also.
Yeah.
Sweet lady.
Super funny.
I was
Couldn't
so
be
glad
funny.
she did at midnight in the last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
it
That was overdue. She's like a...
Good to see her on there.
Great joke writer. Those shows will be, I've heard they're good.
They're really good.
Yeah,
I did a benefit for Marty Rackham's soccer team. And Bruce Baum was there. It was Mike Rowe and Bruce Baum, all those guys. And
old-timey comedians, everybody.
yeah, it was like it was sepia toned. Did you see The Hunger with David Bowie?
Oh, of course.
All the comics on the show were like David Bowie in The Hunger. But it was a blast, and it's a great place to go too if you want to kill your wife and then go in and ask if you're, hey, I think I left my gun in the booth, and then use that
Allegedly.
as an alibi.
Right.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
allegedly a restaurant.
I don't think it counts
he
as
totally-
allegedly
he totally
if you're
killed her.
convicted.
Oh, you're
I think
right.
that's a little
He got
different.
convicted. Never mind.
You get to
I mean,
go out on a
He
limb
got
after
allegedly
that.
convicted.
I'm not saying I don't
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Robert Blake.
There's
but
not a
I
judge
think
here.
everybody-
We can't
I think
say
we all know what
Robert-
happened.
He killed his wife, or you
Blake.
could take that to the bank.
Robert Blake listens to a lot of nerdy D&D podcasts.
I bet a lot of people in prison do.
Yeah.
I got to tell you,
We know for a fact some do.
when I was working on it at midnight,
right.
they would do the podcast. They'd do the Nurse podcast, and Paul Williams
Sure.
was the guest one morning, and I saw him, and I couldn't help myself. I said, "Oh my God, you died on Beretta." And it really fucked me up. It was so good. He played Beretta's friend, and he got shot. And there was a death scene where he died with his eyes open while Beretta was going, "Don't die on me, don't die on me."
Jesus.
And it was it really affected me as a kid. And he went, what a great story. It was great. But
Because nobody ever remembers him for that.
No,
probably,
not
yeah.
for that. No, people
But he
would probably
was-
do Muppets or Phantom of the Paradise. Yeah.
he was, when I
He's
was
so
growing
good,
up,
Phantom
he was, and
Paradise.
you too, you could not swing a dead cat without seeing him on
Well,
TV.
dude
Oh, yeah.
did guest spots on everything in the 70s.
He wrote
yeah,
all
yeah.
the music.
Yeah, he was
All
a
of
genius, too.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
All the Donnie Reese,
Paul Williams,
Carpenter.
Google
Tiny enough that Patton could carry him in his pocket.
There's a great
Yeah,
He's
he
a
looks
tiny-
he looks like Udo Dirkschneider's dad.
There's a great documentary that my friend Stephen Kessler directed. and I can't think of the name of it offhand, but it's
About
it's
him?
all about
Oh,
him.
wow.
Still alive, I think.
Yeah.
Paul Williams.
He did Poptopia, I think back in '98 or '99. It was a big pop festival in L.A. He did his first show in 26 years out of this place on the other side of
remember that
405, and he did the Rainbow Connection, and people were openly weeping.
yeah, beautiful.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's what you want to show.
Now we
Weeping.
make sure if your song is in a Preparation H commercial that you get paid for it.
That's not the only thing up my ass I get paid for. Anyway, Brian, take it.
I've got some gigs coming up this fall and winter. I'll be first week of October, San Antonio. I think it's called LOL's Comedy Club. Laughing out loud. I sure hope everybody laughs out loud there. I sure hope they don't just text that.
Sounds a lot better than the Laughing Internally Club over in
Or
Houston.
the Raffle Macopter.
He's also
God.
appearing at HMH, which is Hold My Hairs.
And then I've got a couple of the Heliums coming up. I'm in Helium in Portland. I'm in Tacoma. I'm at Helium in Philly.
At the
All
Helium tank
available
at Chuck E.
on,
Cheese, just huffing.
All my dates. You can find them, you guys, on BrianPosehn.com.
Oh, okay,
That's yeah.
Oh, thank
that's all.
God.
I'll go look
Easy.
there.
Or org. Or gov.
Did you need to park all those? Someone's got BrianPosehn.gov.
Well,
Hey, don't go to Brian Posehn.
don't
It's a
look for
porn
my
site.
don't look for my tour.
I'm going to brianposehn.sex.
Hussein.
Oh my God.
Hussein.
Oh, all right. Posehn.
I loved Brian Posehn on Orange Is the New Black.
It's Posehn.
Ted Cruz like that.
Got no brain.
Oh my God! We're recording. We always record these a few weeks in advance, but we're recording this the day after Ted Cruz was caught for liking a porn video, and
So
it'll still tickle anybody.
It's all of Twitter.
It's just
Twitter was all
such
Twitter.
a silly little
I
porn.
barely watched the news or checked out the news today, but I did catch that. Yeah.
It was real. It was a real treat.
He's the guy who wanted to outlaw masturbation.
All right.
Yeah. And boy, oh boy, it was such a cute, dumb little porn.
Rubbing what out on 9/11?
Yeah, on 9/11
You know-
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, all I know is
Never
9 in the
forget to jack
pink,
off.
11 in the stink.
It was so sad because only one tower fell when he was done. Hey,
Anyway, this episode brought to you by Jenga.
speaking of brought to you by, I would like to thank some Patreon supporters on here.
Also, Pentagona.
Thank you, Polar Bear Pants.
Thanks, Polar Bear Pants.
Polar bear
Thanks,
pants.
Polar Bear Pants.
Thank you, Eric Jessen.
Eric
Thanks,
Jessen.
Eric.
Thank
you.
Los Pequeños Brazos.
I'll say thank
Thanks.
you for both of
You
those.
take that back.
Thank you, Chantel Zesco.
Thanks,
Let's
Chantel.
go.
And her sister, Fridge Poetry.
Thank you, Zombie Loyalist.
Thanks, Zombie
Thanks
Loyalist.
for being loyal.
Thank you, Dick Trebuchet.
Dick Trebuchet. Thanks,
Which is
Dick.
a catapult for a penis.
Yeah, because sometimes you need a little help.
okay.
There's no
I get
shame
it.
in it.
Hey, if I could Dick Trebuchet, I'd never.
That's what they had before Viagra.
And thank you, Philip Robinson. Thank you
Now I
very
know what
much,
happened
Philip
to
Robinson.
Charlie
Philip Robinson.
Thank you, Philip Robinson.
Hollywood's Philip
trying to
Robinson.
finish his joke.
Cuckoo, Philip Robinson.
Robinson.
For some
great on
reason
Lost in
that
Space.
Jesus has an
I can't
opinion.
believe you missed a Simon and Garfunkel reference.
I remember being like a
Paul
teenager
Simon?
and hearing Mrs. Robinson and getting kind of into the song and being like just an angry 14-year-old atheist. And then just he gets to the Jesus loves you more and just going like, God damn it. Why does it gotta be about this?
You know what that line is? That line is him being nice to his mom so he doesn't make his mom upset.
Oh, that's precious. Hey guys, what if we play Dungeons and Dragons about 55 minutes?
Oh
Do
my
it.
god, that would be
Oh,
great. I
fucking
think.
Welcome
Do
to
it.
episode 24. And
Tick.
Here we go.
tick 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 tick. Where's Marilyn Rice?
Special guest, the Landers sisters, Greg Evigan,
So
Mike Connors.
for those who are tuning in for the first time and who wouldn't,
Tonight's
24
episode
24
22 with
in.
two
Good-
fingers
good
up your
job.
ass.
Jump in on episode 24. You're smart.
Our band of adventurers have landed
TV shows, too.
in a Minna, a dark, cursed land that seems to have been broken off from the rest of reality in some sort of a cataclysmic event. You are trying to destroy the major evil known as the Demolith. His name is Major Evil in the military only, sir. Here he is called the Demolith, but you're recruiting some wood elves. You're in the woods, and you're trying to.
Good elf.
You guys.
Boba Fett.
That's what I think of every time. You got to somehow get these wood elves in the Sarlacc. So
It's like people that say insurance. Boba Fett.
See, I think of the Wood-Eye joke myself.
Yeah.
well, you guys. Why do you give me that look? You
I
just
don't know.
flexed every muscle in your face at
What's
the same.
the Wood-Eye joke. I remember it, but
It's at a dance and some girl
It's
has
very,
a
it's a
wooden
very
eye.
problematic joke
Yeah,
to
it's-
tell on the
it's-
air.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Look at Blaine showing some restraint of all people.
is it racist or dirty?
No, it's just insulting for people's afflictions.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, gotcha.
I see.
She has a
The
wood
punchline
eye.
is hair lip. So
Oh, yeah.
Would I?
Fuck you, hair lip, or something like that.
Yeah.
You got it.
would you like to dance? Would I? Hair lip, hair lip. That's the.
Oh dear Lord.
It's a joke that teaches you that humans try to rise above themselves but are dragged back down by themselves.
It teaches you that.
Oh.
huh?
Even
really
the
does.
afflicted are
Yeah.
shitty people.
Teaches you not to try to bother, just be yourself.
I love a joke that teaches you a good moral lesson. Mm-hmm. That's why
Yeah,
I
like-
watch a lot of Davy and Goliath.
Like your rectum could kill you.
It's true. It's good to know that. The elasticity wears out and it can form cancerous cells.
Yeah, and your anus is like an old duffel bag, and when you fart, you just go.
I love that old duffel bag on the edge of our solar system.
Back up your towel.
Are you talking about the Kuiper belt?
Oh my god.
Hey, riff
happened?
machines. So yeah, you in an
podcast is
effort
this?
What happened in
tackle
episode
the major
23? That's what I'm
antagonist.
wondering. Okay.
you tried to do the Wood Elves a favor. You're like, hey guys,
Wood
come
Elf.
come attack the Demolith with us. And they were like, what if you helped us out? Because we are forced into a nomadic lifestyle by this big wandering haunted tree.
Ugh, this guy.
That guy.
This
So
guy's
this
a
thing
pain
is
in the ass.
huge.
Yeah.
And a couple of scouts, only a couple, were like, hey, we have a plan. We used to be able to go in this tree and live in a little city inside of it and use it like a moving fortress. But we can't anymore. It's been purging people through some sort of immune system. And let's sneak up through the roots, find the heart of this thing and either kill it or pray or something. You guys did something a little crazy. You had your friend strapped to your back. His name is, I believe, Warchild Nay Shmoo.
Yes.
And he was a leftover necromancy experiment that Bodhi saved from a vampire's tower, and you guys were like, "What if we take
Sounds funny when you say it like that.
yeah?" Well, it's so much.
Make it weird.
It was. I've already said this. So much of this was hilarious to me because I was hoping something like this might happen, but the fact that you guys went for it is just fucking bananas. You guys
usually we do the wrong thing.
Well, right. You guys usually
go off.
You guys are agents of chaos.
Yeah.
But you guys delivered this helpless being into the heart of this giant thing and tried to perform an insane operation where you removed sort of the last remaining organ of this semi-undead haunted treant thing with this crippled wizard kept immortal by necromancy. So I hope people liked the last episode. It was a little insane with all the ability rolls.
I enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoyed it. Also, yes, but
It was good to see Chrissy hook up with Larry at the Regal Beagle.
so what you've done
Beagle.
is you've kind of gone. Here's the map of all the random encounters, and
That looks
you
like
could've
an
said-
anus.
This is finally right.
Thank you.
This was sort of the core of the treant. You went through this tunnel. You broke through this wall. You got into this chamber.
Right.
You replaced Shmoo here. And a giant creature had been alerted to your presence while you were outside and made its way down the tunnel. It somehow did something to your two scout friends who were guarding the tunnel. Chased Gago back in here. And now he's meeting you at what you know to be the only exit. I tried to make this map not reflect any other options, but because this was a random tunnel you found and I made you roll to find it, I made you roll to see if there were blockages, there could be potentially, I feel like I should remind you, other ways out. This is a sheer chamber you're trapped in, made of wood. It looks pretty sleek, but there was a hard wall to get in. There might be another way out. You don't really know, but it's about 20 yards in radius. It's relatively small, and I did some sketches for you guys to sort of, because you're in very close quarters.
Yes.
So here's this very basic Shmoo in a stump This is sort of what he looks like, and here is
a
what
Lego
is
schmoo.
coming down the tunnel at you. This guy,
Uh-oh.
who is sort of a bunch of wood elves mushed
shit.
together with a bunch of leaves and twigs.
Like a gummy elf.
That's bad.
He's coming down the tunnel towards you now.
Is that his full body? He's just two arms and
made
a
of wood?
torso and a head?
He's sort of infected with Morgothal, the Lost City's sort of wooden immune
thing.
system.
I hate
You encountered a couple of wood elves. You talked about it. Here's what you've done so far. This guy was lumbering down the tunnel, and
Did somebody say lumber?
Blaine hit him in the face with an acid wand. So he's taken some acid damage. Also, he hit you guys with a psychic scream that has Tom operating at a slight penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Tom,
I'm a
you
little loud
had
with
told me
this.
you were talking about maybe trying some fairy fire out because we had decided via passing notes that it wouldn't spread.
Yeah.
And Twee, you were about to cast Hold
Arcade
Person.
Fire, where
No.
I take everything way too seriously and there's too many people on stage.
No, you were about to cast Hold Person on this guy.
Oh, right.
You were going to try. You were thinking about it. But because he's big, you know you're in for some kind of tussle, and it's closed quarters, so you're not sure how much room you'll have to do. So I'm going to ask you guys to call your shots in this fight, because he'll be doing the same. And I will tell you if there's a penalty for what you're trying to do, because there's going to be some really basic attacks you can do that might have like a damage penalty because you're not swinging hard if you're in the doorway. But once he gets in here, there
I'm
might
swinging
be
hard even if I'm not in a doorway, Dan.
Well, the doorway's small. You had to build out to this doorway by hacking at wood. So until he's in the room, you are going to have only an overhand strike you can really do to hit him. You can't do a simple impulsive slash with a slashing weapon. So
Well, it was fireball, not fairy fire. I don't have fairy fire.
oh, I thought you had fairy fire because you
It
were.
just lights shit up anyway, so I don't need that.
I'm gonna just do a double check. One thing.
Unless it's something I didn't know about.
No, you're right. You have Infernal Legacy. So you can
I saw
cast
Infernal
Hellish
Legacy open
Rebuke.
For,
Was it Hellish Rebuke?
yes, they opened for Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah, I believe so.
Let me look up Hellish
Didn't
Rebuke.
Fairy
really quick.
Fire, isn't that when they get rid of the Roxy music vocalist?
It's under my teeth.
Oh, Jesus, I
Oh,
can't believe
that's
I
Brian.
said
You point your
Fire.
finger, and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. So he has to hit you. And then he makes a dexterity saving throw and takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save.
Yeah.
So that, we decided, wouldn't catch fire. But he's got to
Okay,
smack
good.
you first.
Didn't he? Or he just cast that thing that...
He cast Psychic Scream,
Yeah,
so...
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Also, there was
I
this...
cast Psychic Scream. You cast Psychic Scream.
We all cast Psychic Scream. A few other things listeners might find remotely interesting.
Did you just sigh at your own joke?
Yes.
Now you know how we feel.
This is why my wife doesn't sleep very well. We're sighing
Warchild,
at your jokes again. You kept me up all night.
Warchild appeared to connect to the Matrix.
Sorry.
So there was another sort of psychic shrill call as you think Warchild connected to this tree somehow. You don't know how
okay.
long it's going to take to get into effect, but I can tell you this much. It'll at least be a round or two, if not a few dozen. I won't tell you which, before he can do anything like, say, dissuade this pile of bones and bark from attacking you.
Don't back off, Warchild. Seriously.
He could potentially assist you in this fight.
Thanks, Warchild.
But you don't know. He's been kind of offline / connecting, making modem noises psychically. He's been a little non-communicative. Also, you kind of sloppily attached him. Blaine did a lot of the necromancy end of this, and he rolled like a fucking basket case and almost.
Oh, yeah, I was doing Dr. Nick rolls.
Yeah, you were. So Dr. Nick performed this particular operation, and so the potion was perhaps not as effective as it could have been, and a lot of the
And
smaller.
also, the breast implants are vertical instead of horizontal.
Exactly. So like the smaller veins of treant sap that connected the sort of heart of this thing were tied off poorly, kind of He could perhaps use a little. You did a lot of healing on him, so he's okay. But the connection is still sort of jammed together, so that could potentially hinder him from helping you as fast, or he might need more healing eventually. You're not sure. But anyway, there's immediate danger in front of you, and I now have your character sheets on D&D Beyond, Wizards of the Coastal online service, so I can tell you
He's also got us on
some of your skill rolls that you could be
D&D
doing.
bed and D&D bath.
But we did discover you guys could be making some much nicer skill rolls for some stuff. I don't know if it'll help you in this boss fight, but let's do something we did not do last week. Let's roll to attack.
With our shirts on this time.
Let's do what do they call it? Initiative.
14.
7.
All right, this guy rolled an 8, so it's going to be Pile of Bones is after Bodhi, so it's going to go Tom, Bodhi, Monster, Twee.
Okay.
That's really all we need.
Okay.
All right.
Hey Tom, what you gonna do?
I'm going to shoot some fireballs to this guy.
Go for it.
All right.
Now, I'm gonna do a little behind the scenes roll to see if anything catches, but I'll tell you, your aim is pretty good. You pretty much won't catch anything on fire. You think?
Right.
You think? No, nothing will catch on fire with us.
13.
Sweet. He takes 13 damage, and he takes a big breath. He goes.
Just problem.
You are up, Bodhi.
How close is he?
He is about.
Pretty close.
Yeah, he's about 20 yards away, and he's lumbering pretty quick. When he hits the doorway, he's gonna have to squeeze through because it's not a doorway. It's a tiny little crack you made in the wood of this chamber to squeeze through. So he's bigger.
We can see him coming towards us or no?
Yeah,
We
you've
just
all got
are-
dark vision, and he's filling the whole tunnel.
I don't really have
He's coming at us, right?
a range. I'll just get in there with him.
Cool. I like the way that sounds.
Or should we be looking for a way out? Should I just be bashing on these walls, or should I try to fuck this guy up and then try to find our way out? I mean, how many hit points does this dude have? Is this going to be a big
He
battle?
looks pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I think he can look after, I think.
Kind of want to catch him on fire, too.
Well, I'm ready to throw a hold person on him.
Okay.
Yeah. And my concern is the whole place catching on fire.
Yeah,
We're inside
that's
of.
true. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I
Okay.
was asking, passing notes about, how bad that.
I'm doing a behind the scenes roll every time you cast Firebolt, and you've got 5% chance basically of a possibility. So
Well, I'm going to hack at one of these limbs of his. And hope maybe I can...
cool. Well, he's leading with his fat arm, so there's one that's kind of presenting itself to you. If you're
Get him
gonna,
in the fat arm.
you get a good chance of doing a vertical strike on his front arm. So you don't have to take a hit penalty to hack
Did
it
you
at
see
an arm.
Willie Nelson at Fat Arm Age?
I'm going to rage, though.
I am glad you're calling that.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be arm wrestlers. I'll get that one fat arm, and their other one will be normal. What was it?
All right,
IS. Oh, 15.
that's a hit.
Sure is.
What's your +2 attack? I could potentially check that myself. Well, it's a +7 to hit, it looks like, based on what I have.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You,
Oh, did you add to my strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a 5, so now
Yeah.
it's... But we...
Yeah, it gets all calculated on the computer thing.
Oh, my God. I'm not to just turn into a commercial whore, but boy, oh boy, do I like this website.
Yeah, that's awesome. poked around a little.
Yeah, well, and it's nice because if you guys log in, you can
You
look
talking
at
about Breitbart.com?
I can dig it.
No, not that one.
Stormfront? You talking about Stormfront?
No, Blaine.
This is going to be a short episode. a lot of
Hey,
edits.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I got hit really hard in the head with a
Roll for
shovel, and
damage,
now I'm
please.
right wing.
All right.
I'm not kidding. I'm seriously a hardcore right wing. You know who's funny? Dennis Miller.
I believe it's a
Funniest guy I've ever
2d6
seen.
plus 4.
Yeah.
How do you feel about killer bees?
You mean the Swarm or the comic? Killer Bees the comic is great.
He's still around?
He's still around.
Oh my God,
I did a week with Killer Bees, Beaz.
Yeah.
Save up.
Yeah, save up. And he's sort of like a Willie Nelson if he was a comedian on meth down south, and he was a very, very funny guy. Wouldn't want to follow him. I did a show with him at Charlie Goodnight's in the '80s, and he could not have been sweeter. There you go.
Must have crushed.
He fucking crushed. Here's the Killer Bees thing. You guys all know this, but this is for our listeners. That he would tell a joke in the beginning. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Hey, here's a little joke, and I get to the punchline, and the crowd goes ah ha ha. And he laughs. He goes no, don't laugh, save up. And then they get quiet, and he tells another joke, and they start to laugh at the end. No, don't laugh, save up. And they get all excited. And then about a half an hour later, he goes, no, save up. And they go, oh my God. And then at the end of the show, they carry him off stage on a litter like Pharaoh.
It's true.
Fucking great guy, Killer Bees. We would get really high and go to the mall so that we didn't have to hang out with the middle at the comedy condo.
I found his tape at some truck stop on a cross-country road trip, and he was hilarious.
He's really funny.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself a
Six-sided.
nylon rope.
Want another one?
Don't get nylon
but
rope. Get yourself a
That's the one that
chain.
matches that, and it's just annoying.
Oh, that is annoying.
While you're rolling, I'm going to talk about 9 other headliners I worked with in the 90s.
11.
Great.
Ron Darien was pretty funny. He did a thing about.
Is he dead yet?
You see a couple of fingers fly off his elbow,
Nice.
clatter on the ground.
He's got like hands and stuff
Get
sticking out of his
another
arms.
attack on there.
Yeah, I'll try and put. I'm not the best
Hands
illustrator,
sticking out
but
of the fingers out
I
of
have
the
fun
hands.
with it. So
Handy.
My frenzy that gets me the extra.
yeah,
attack,
so you get to
right?
attack again. Yeah. Frenzy. Rage lets you frenzy and use a bonus action to attack. So
13, right? Yeah.
great.
No, 15.
So that's a lot of damage on his arm.
No, that was
right.
just that was my action.
Oh, then you hit it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then go ahead. I got excited. Yeah, 15 is too much.
Is that a 2? Yeah. God, this one's weird. These kind of arcane looking.
Yeah, it takes you a second to read them because they're in Fonto the Wisp.
So 8.
Okay. Yep. A couple more elbow fingers fly off. All right, so he also gets to do 2 attacks, and he can currently only reach you, Bodhi. So
Fuck you.
let's see.
It's a rush, right?
Yeah, man.
And what is that?
Time on the watch says it's time to rock and roll.
That's a Uno botch.
He just rolled a botch.
Yay! Kill
Dockin'
yourself.
Rhymes
Kill yourself.
with tick-tocking.
Kill yourself.
Can't
kill
wait to
yourself.
see
Why
this
don't you
big
kill
roll.
yourself, kill yourself. End it all. Kill yourself.
He rolled a 70.
Oh, nice.
Are you trying to suggest something to him?
No, it's an old SOD song.
Oh, okay.
What is this? Hey, Blaine, if you don't mind, what is this monstrosity botch brought to us by?
This monstrosity brought to you by IKEA After Dark. Get your blidge on. Clean up aisle Gnorf.
Oh, God, I'm going to bookcase.
IKEA After Dark. Back to you, Dan.
He takes a swipe at your throat, Bodhi, and he slips and falls on his chin.
Good.
Doesn't
my bottom's big.
doesn't seem to take any damage, but it might take him. Might cost him his second turn there.
That's enough.
His bonus action. So
to wipe him out.
Twee, you're up.
Let's take him down,
I was
boys.
throwing a hold person on him, right?
I believe you're gonna try.
Oh, hold person. I thought you were saying earlier you were going to throw a whole person on him.
No,
You were saying old person.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw old person on him.
Agnes.
What?
Just throw
Huh?
it.
Oh
What
my
are you
god!
doing? Why are you throwing me at that thing?
You know what? If I have a cashew, I'll be. Oh my God! It catches the particles catch in my diverticulitis pockets. Oh my God! If I ate cashews, I'd be in the hospital for a month.
How's that, dude? Do I need to roll any pluses for that?
No. He fails his wisdom saving throw.
Ooh.
So he
Dumb dick.
I'm gonna throw a dumb person at him.
let's see. So this is gonna last until you blink out or are 60 seconds. So what you guys gonna do?
Sounds like a challenge.
All of a sudden
Challenge.
you see this this big beast of a thing. He's already biting the gravel and trying to scramble back up. He kind of just like locks up and he's kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. He's taking up the whole tunnel still. Like you could maybe try to scramble over his back, but maybe only Twee would fit.
Fucking waste him.
Bodie, you should do that thing where you do at Thanksgiving where you just carve him up.
That's what I want.
I'm gonna let Tom decide first since we're still technically in combat. This doesn't take us out of it.
I was also thinking we could climb over him and attack him from behind. If you know what I mean.
I'm turning the
You mean
5-minute
anally?
timer to represent the 1 minute.
Well,
so
it is his birthday.
what you gonna do, Tom?
Is there really room to scramble over him?
Only Twee could fit over him. You think.
Never mind then. Firebolt in the face.
Go for it.
Yeah, please do.
Papoom!
Tell me how much he takes, sir.
6. 6 right in Alfacha.
The walls do not catch on fire when you do that. Bodhi, what you gonna do?
Rage.
You're already raging,
Oh, okay. So,
but take your first swing, won't you?
Continue.
Our engineer decided to listen to some
Take a call.
vuvuzela sounds on his phone.
I went to the World Cup in 2012 in South Africa, Johannesburg.
Oh, no.
Really?
Anthony shit his pants.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, Dave Anthony did shit his pants, and and
Every time that sound went up.
everywhere we went, there were signs that said, "Please refrain from blowing your vuvuzela indoors."
And also, don't shit your pants.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you live in a country where people understand what the word refrain means.
Roll to. I'm
Also
not going to make you roll to
vuvuzela.
attack. It's an automatic hit. Roll for, or roll a 20 and make sure
Holy
you don't botch.
cow! It's an automatic hit.
Every time.
Well.
Did the opposite.
Oh, ding dang.
I will
dangle.
give you the crit. And he's laying there. It almost. So roll for damage, and we'll do a little X2 on that.
Come on. Big money, big money.
No whammies.
No whammies.
Noonan.
What is that?
Literally, yeah. 9 times 2 is 18, right?
It sure is.
That's it. Way it is in math.
And then, do I get another swing?
Maths.
Well, I know I do. But
Swing dose.
18,
Time.
11 plus.
Got it.
That's a hit, I'm assuming? Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh boy.
What was that one?
You
You don't get to double this one.
Well, no. So 8 plus 4 is 12.
Says you.
You guys have done massive damage to this guy already. Also, I'm gonna not that one. I'm gonna roll the crit table.
I
real
really
quick.
hate him. I keep looking at the picture of him, and I just keep thinking about him dying and how good I'll feel inside.
So in addition to that, Senor Crit Table says.
Nice drawing, Dan.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Again, I'm
think
very
you've got some
self-conscious
talent.
about
I think you've got some
my drawing skills.
drawing skills.
You can draw.
So he takes an additional point of damage just because of the crit table.
I could never do freehand growing up. I
can't
could
draw
I
the
could
same
draw.
way. I could sculpt.
I could draw things I looked at. Like I could draw.
Oh, yeah?
Like I could look at a Porsche when I was a kid and draw it. You know,
Porsche or
if I was
Porsche?
or whatever it is. You know, car, Porsche or whatever.
You know,
But that was the thing I
Ferraris,
drew a lot.
Porsches.
I drew cars from Car and Driver and Road and Track as a kid, and then I drew Spider-Man. But from the comics,
And Spider-Man
I'd have to
Driver.
Who
look
didn't?
at Spider-Man, you know, and Batman.
Actually, it was just
I couldn't
Brock
just-
Yates with a Spider-Man costume.
I couldn't just draw a panel out of my head.
Right,
You
you
know
had
what
to
I
see
mean?
a
I had to
model
look
to-
at something, and then I could do a
ever
fair
done
version.
Spider-Man
Oh
in
man,
a Porsche?
you guys all had How to Draw Comics the Marvel
Bring me
way,
pictures
right?
of Spider-Man
did,
driving
yeah.
a
That was-
box dress XS.
Sam had it.
Douchebag Spider-Man.
That was the best book ever.
Oh, it's great. I bought it for my son.
Oh yeah, it's how to draw.
Oh, every kid should have How to Draw Comics the Marvel way. It's the best book in the world.
But like I could draw Timmy the Turtle because I was looking at Timmy the Turtle, you know. But if I had to, you know, draw it in my head, no fucking way.
I've done a couple of projects where I've tried to be an illustrator because I used to freelance illustrate where I tried to be like a professional though. Like I'll be writing a pilot and be like, oh, here's a sketch. Every single time my illustration has been up to like corporate standards, someone has felt a need to like qualify how bad the art is. Like I've pitched a book with illustrations and I had to hire an illustrator because even my literary agent would be like, yeah, and you know those like shitty drawings, we would replace those with like really good ones. I'd be like, why are you talking about it like that?
But I did those.
Yeah, so I rolled something behind the scenes. Tom, you notice Gago seems to be in some kind of weird frenzy. You think maybe he didn't fare too well during that psychic scream a ways back, and he's kind of smacking against the ceiling. He looks like a trapped moth. So he's kind of like in a corner of the chamber, banging his head on the walls and moving too fast to really see the expression on his face.
Calm down, Gago.
It doesn't respond.
I can't collect him and just like.
You can try, but I mean, it'll expend whatever time is left on this hold person.
I'll let him. I don't care. Like,
Back up,
fuck him.
Gago. Seriously.
And then we're gonna do a roll for another thing that you might not notice is happening. Okay, so you hear a humming coming from your old pal Warchild behind you. I'm going to give you guys one more round, and then something else is going to happen.
All right, I'm attacking.
The beast is still twitching on the floor. Why don't you tell me how you're attacking, Tom?
With a big knife.
Roll to not botch, please.
All right.
That's a not botch. Roll for damage.
3.
Little tweak, little 3, doink.
enough.
You're
It's
up, Bodhi.
All right.
Roll to not botch, please. You're still raging. Roll to not botch.
Nope.
Excellent. Roll to hit.
Uh, 9.
Great. Roll for your second attack. It's not a botch. It's a hit.
Uh, 12.
Great. You're up, Twee.
Oh, this hold person is still going on, right?
You feel like he's starting to make eye contact with you, and this might
Okay.
be your last chance.
Oh, his eye contact, right? I'm going to go up and I'm going to put my acid wand in the eye that's contacting me and just sort of shoot him in the eye with my acid wand.
Jesus.
All right. Let me
Probably
look
won't be
that
able to see
damage
after
up really quick.
What would that be brought to you by?
Triple Xbox. Yeah. Parappa the Rapper.
Roll
who I'm
2d6,
talking about.
please. He's going to do a quick
PlayStation
saving throw attempt.
Was
but
it?
I don't think he can do it.
Sorry, I
Doesn't matter.
No,
sorry, just trying to think on my feet there, and I was sitting down.
I had him do a saving throw with a penalty. And he
Hey, what's
failed it.
that? That's boxcars, isn't it?
Oh my goodness gracious.
6, 6.
So his whole face just kind of flays off. You notice
Six Sputnik.
he had kind of dark gray skin with sort of birch-like patches of bark on it, and the whole thing, the whole face just sort of evaporates all
He
of a
was coming
sudden.
aggressive. He wasn't coming to, hey guys, do you need help getting out of here?
Bash. He wakes up and starts roaring. He reaches out for you. Well, let's see who he reaches for, shall we?
Yeah, please.
One's a reroll, and it's a reroll. He reaches for Tom. Tom, make a dex saving throw for me, please.
I'm uncanny. Okay.
Yeah, he
Uncanny
succeeded.
Dodge that shit. I'm uncanny dodging.
You're uncanny dodging? Okay.
My dex roll is good too.
Oh, well, sweet. You slip. Yeah, that roll should be enough. You slip out of there at the last possible second. He is going to, with his second attack, reach for Bodhi, and he botches fucking again. I've had so many monsters
looking like
botch
we
against
did.
you guys. It's a bit disappointing. But,
Not for us.
Doesn't bother me at all.
And this time, yeah, he just kind of he just whiffs. He just kind of goes. You're up, Bodhi.
I only get 3 rages, right? I raged 3
Yeah.
times, so this wouldn't be. But it still hit.
What was it? What'd you roll?
19.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
8.
All right. Twee, what you gonna do, fella?
I just wanded that guy's face off, right?
Yeah.
And he's still alive?
Oh, he sure is.
Okay. I'm going to put the wand into his mouth and do it again.
Keep in mind he's mobile now, and he will have a chance to stop you.
Okay.
Or not.
He does.
He stops me.
He swats it out of his face.
Ow.
Uh,
My dad did that to me once when I had a cigarette.
hey, Twee, why don't you roll a dex saving throw, please?
19.
Oh, he takes a swing at you and misses. He's going to try for you one more time. Ready?
Sure.
Yep, that's a grab. What's your saving throw? Roll.
For grabbing? What, with dexterity?
Yeah.
I have an 18 with a +5.
Okay, so you're using your let's see. Your save is a +8.
Oh,
so
+8.
roll to save, please. Oh, that's a no. All right, so he
botch.
grabs hold of your leg as you try to fly away. And let's see. He's gonna try something on you. The second his hand makes contact. Doesn't work, but you can definitely feel he's got a good grip.
Okay.
You're up, Tom.
Shoot an arrow into his person.
Go for it.
14.
What's your bonus for that?
I got +2 damage on
Yeah,
the arrow.
that's damage, though. Do you have a +2 attack with it? Do you have a proficiency?
I don't.
That might not be a hit.
+2 proficiency. Yes.
Okay, so that's a hit. Roll for damage, please.
4 total.
Great. You're up, Bodhi.
My God, this guy has a lot of hit points, huh?
Right?
Uh-huh.
Fuck face. What?
I'm tempted to tell you how much damage you've done. It's a lot. Let's just say physical damage alone has been 86.
Jesus.
11. Is that a hit?
No, that's not a hit.
Damn it.
You're up, Twee. He's got your leg.
Okay. I'm going to do a little thing called a whamp, bamf, thank you, mamf. And is everybody on one side of this guy?
Sure.
Yes, you're all. Let me bust the map out real quick. It is pretty simple. He's acting like a plug for the chamber. So you guys are here, and he is like where the big X is.
Okay. All right. Good.
So tell me how you bamfing.
I'm going to
Gonna mount a banquet?
I'm going to pop up behind these guys. I don't want to get in the way of you guys attacking, but I'm going to appear behind my friends and start working on a little soup that I've been experimenting with in my dorm room.
So you can cast Dimension Door. When you use it, it can't be used again until next dawn. You leave behind a cloud of smoke. You appear in a similar cloud.
And I also yell, "Ta-da!"
Does it say anything about soup in there?
No, I'm just trying to read up on this.
About the
real
half
quick.
sandwich.
You're in close quarters. I want to make sure I get the dimensions of this right. You're exactly
New York style or LA? That half a sandwich.
You know, I think I'm gonna go with a New York style.
Yeah.
Even though I just get an extra order of bread and then I take the extra meat off and I get
You want
sandwiches.
slaw or fries or what do you want with that?
You know what? I'm gonna do slaw.
Okay, great.
Trying to stay away from the fries.
Anything to drink?
I get it.
Too much fries. Can I do a Dr.
Beverage?
Brown's cream soda, please?
Sure.
Do you have any Mexican Cokes?
Sure, we have
Do you
Mexican
have any
Cokes or Dr.
Venezuelan?
I'm
Mr.
trying to figure
Pibbs?
out. You're being grabbed while teleporting, so I'm just trying to figure out what I should do about the molecules pressed up tight against your molecules.
They'd probably just leave a nice handprint in my deluxe suede boots.
I think I'm gonna have him do a saving throw with relatively simple difficulty, but just see if there's a chance something horrible will happen to him when you teleport out of his hand.
Okay.
You take your hand with it.
Okay.
Is this your watch?
So, you guys see Twee. He tried to sort of fly away. This thing grabbed his leg. He does a beautiful Dracula swaff with his cape and disappears in a puff of brimstone, reappearing behind you. And you notice when he disappears in smoke, the monster screams. You turn to look at Twee, and he has appeared behind you in another puff of smoke, and along with the arm that was grabbing onto him, which thuds to the ground with a loud wooden
Yay,
clunk.
So he's missing an arm.
He is missing an arm. It takes a huge chunk of
You know what
damage.
you should do? Pick his arm up and
which
beat him
I'm
to death
gonna-
with it.
Okay.
Well, there's a specific reason that you'll see in a second for why I did a bunch of rolls for this. So it's his turn also.
I'd get more damage just using a sword than just hitting him with his own arm.
Shove it up his ass when he's dead or something.
That's true.
I mean, it's all for the photo.
Traces dick with the hand.
Traces his own dick
with
with
his
his
own
own
Uh,
hand.
roll a dex for
Should we
me.
carve his arm out and ride
Tom.
it down the Splash Mountain, get our pictures taken in it?
You've got uncanny dodge, but let's see you try to
What's happening?
You ruin it for the
do
whole
another
log.
dex roll, please.
Yes, sir.
Tuck Benson shit.
Cool. So he takes a swipe at you again. Twee, roll a dex saving throw for me, please.
A dex saving throw.
You heard him.
So
8,
Plus
and
5.
my dexterity is 18, and I have a +5.
you actually, you just barely escape as the arm that teleported with you springs to life and takes a swipe at your leg.
Oh, Jesus.
You are up, Tom.
Let's see. I'm going to
Do another behind the scenes roll. Okay.
shoot another arrow at him.
I dare you. It's a hit.
And another. Well, I hit something. Okay, 7.
Great. You're up, Bodhi.
All right.
Twing.
And by the way, you were shooting an arrow at the most of him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm just gonna hack at him.
Go for it.
Package.
Or should I do the halberd and try
You
to...
can't halberd. Danger
What?
room only. Arcade mode. Custom
Okay,
weapon.
shit.
This is the 9th time you've tried to use it in a
Yeah.
regular
Dude, that's an
episode.
arcade mode.
I'm
custom
sorry.
It's like a
weapon.
We're gonna have to do like a buzzer
I gotta
noise.
put it over here so
He's
I
gonna have to
know.
buy a halberd. Is what he's gonna have to do.
I'm gonna put danger room.
Yeah, I know. We
Habba.
got to take you to the town square and buy your ass a
Halberd.
Danger room only.
Halberd. Halberd.
every time you try to use it, I'll go.
Everybody's heard. Halberd is a word.
Okay, here we go. Yep. 20,
Ooh, yeah. Okay, roll for damage.
but it's not great.
Not a natural.
No.
No, guys.
No,
Sorry.
not natch.
Sorry, listeners. And then
So what's the THX now?
7.
I'm mad about how much
That
damage you're doing.
THX is me doing math.
Twee?
3
Oh,
plus
me?
2 plus 2.
That tweet.
Let me see. 7.
I'm conjuring up an unseen servant,
Okay.
and my unseen.
How do you know?
While I have special glasses on
Oh, cool.
that I kept from my eclipse,
That's
and
from 13
so I can look
Ghosts.
directly at the unseen servant and see him. I pop an unseen servant up behind the gentleman that we're fighting, and I have the unseen servant get on all fours like he's pretending to be a horse, directly behind the gentleman that we're fighting. And I tell my other friends that I can actually see.
Is this guy like a frat guy? This
Yeah,
unseen
to
servant?
maybe back up a little bit.
Is he snickering while he's doing it? While he's
So,
Is your
like,
unseen servant's name Bluto?
yeah, he's gonna do an impression of a zit, and then he's gonna sneak up onto the girls' dorm lawn with his white socks.
Okay. Sounds great.
Anyway, so Bodhi, I would think, hey,
Animal
hey,
House
wrap
is
it up and back up.
This guy has a turn before these guys can act on it, though. He's up.
Yeah,
next.
whatever.
A turn for the best, I hope.
So, Bodhi, do a dex check, please.
Body to the dash.
Not dex check, a dex saving throw. Whoop. Okay.
If you
He grabs hold of your leg.
You think I'm sexy, come on, baby.
He loves grabbing legs, especially now that he is hunched over minus an arm.
I have a plus on that, so
Huh? What's your plus, though?
2.
Yeah, he's got you, though.
Okay.
He rolled good. So
Oh, we never strengthened my perception. What did I get to add to my perception?
your perception is now +2.
And what else did I get? Was that the only?
Your biggest bonus after we figured out all your stuff is right now your athletics is +7.
Okay.
You got +3 to intimidation, pretty good. +2 to animal handling, survival, perception. But yeah, so he's got your leg. All right, time for a Constitution saving throw, Bodhi.
Yeah, I think America could use a Constitution saving throw.
You killed Brian. Oh no. Brian has to do a Constitution saving throw against your joke. All right. Well, Brian edits his page leading up to the saving throw.
I made mine.
You're fine. You don't have to do one.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna try to get you to do a commercial while Brian is playing with his
What's
character
my
sheet.
athletics? 7?
You're I think a 7. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty.
All that surfing.
Oh, I get it. You guys, I get a real rush from surfing. It's a high that you've
Roll,
never felt. What?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I don't have my real glasses tonight, so that's
Do you
why
not
I have
know
to
what you
keep
rolled?
going.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I can't even see it from here.
You make the saving throw, but he still got you by the leg.
Okay.
You're up, Twee.
Uh,
Oh, wait,
I'm-
no, you're not up. You went last. Now it's Tom. I'm sorry. That was his attack. Tom, you're up.
I'm casting a ray of sickness upon him.
Okay.
I love Yoshinoya sandwiches.
He makes a saving throw.
Fucker.
Bodhi?
I'm gonna try to hit him. Wasn't I supposed to get out of the way for Blaine?
Blaine was definitely setting something up.
But you got grabbed. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm gonna hack at the arm that's grabbing.
Okay.
8.
9 plus 7, so 18.
That's a hit.
16.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah, 10.
Cool.
Not bad.
You can't quite get the arm off you, but he gets a
How
giant.
many damn hit points does this
A
dude
lot.
have?
He
I've
gets a-
like done 60 on him or something.
He's got a
more.
big gash in his arm now that's bleeding out, and you see little sort of vines kind of trying to reach out and put his arm back together. It's still kind of like
Fuck you, vines.
got a couple of claws in it. You definitely think you're fucking this guy up. Twee, before you go, the arm takes another swing at you. It's sort of skittering around the ground at your feet, trying to grab at you again, and it misses.
Okay.
You're up.
I'm going to do a little thing called Cloud of Daggers.
Okay.
And a cloud of daggers around this thing and try to get him to release Bodhi.
Okay, this is tight enough where Bodhi's going to have to do a dex check to dodge the daggers while he's being held in position.
Okay. It's centered on a point I choose within range, so I can maybe...
You can try, but
Kinda try
he's
to
still
guide
gonna
it a
have to roll to dodge the daggered cloud.
So it's 44, 64.
Okay.
Hey, Ken, what's this me looking for stuff brought to you by?
This is brought to you by McDelivery, available on Uber.
Leave your
And
leave your dice
also,
down when you roll.
Boss Baby Driver. Don't watch it. It's not what you think.
6, 9, sweet, 12, 18, 20.
So how much is that total? 20?
That's 20.
All right. Brian, roll a dex saving throw, please.
All right.
You gotta try and, or you know what? You can roll. People are gonna kill me for this. You can roll your athletics or dex to dodge. So that
It's 11.
is a success. You get out of the way of his cloud.
Cool.
Oh, daggers. This guy squeezes your leg, Bodhi, and you feel a really gross sensation through your armor. He does 14 points of necrotic damage to your leg.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Tom, you're up.
I'm going to.
Means you're gonna have to rest to heal this.
Poison spray.
All right. Let's see how much it does.
It's 2d12. 5. God. 7, 14.
So as you cast poison spray on this guy, his neck snaps. So like it hits him in the face. He kind of does like a gulp howl, and the back of his head just kind of bangs against his back, and he kind of falls down. His arm releases Bodhi.
How did that happen? How did you do that?
He just sprayed poison.
Poison to death.
But
Yeah.
it was enough? Yeah.
He was getting there, yeah.
Oh, cool.
The arm, however, is still skittering
Fucking
around on the
arm.
ground behind you, Bodhi, as you realize it's your turn to take a swing at something.
Somebody do an ash on it. Yeah, I'll hack at it, at the arm.
Go for it. Doesn't have very good. Doesn't have very good AC. But it's spry.
It's a 14.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Kill the arm.
Tell me what you're doing with your sword as you do this.
I'm going to try to stomp on it and then stab it in place.
Okay, well, we'll say you definitely got your foot down on it.
Yeah.
Right on the shoulder joint.
That's 5.
5 damage?
Yeah. That's
All right, so you get your sword stuck in it real good, and it kind of just stops moving.
Okay, good.
So that's it, you guys.
Call it? Yeah. We're going to have to figure out how to get out of here next time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Gago
were
is still
we close
kind
to
of
being-
banging around.
were
Yeah,
we in
we
and
got
out?
the 5-minute warning about 5 or more ago. But I wanted to let you guys.
Hour 2, hour 3.
Yeah.
Even
so,
with the cuts?
Do you need some stuff to cut? I can do some stuff for you
No.
to cut.
Oh,
You sure? I got. Oh man, I got such
That
cuttable
guy in
stuff.
Sacramento?
Oh, God.
No, please don't.
What was that guy's name? I can't remember.
I totally remember, but I don't.
Bud
want-
Dwyer?
Yeah. That was episode 24, you guys.
Yeah, and you're gonna definitely have some interesting stuff now that you've killed this this
Interesting thing.
this giant beast.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what happens and get out of here. Gotta climb out of this end. What's the name of this end?
Morgothal, the Lost City,
Yeah.
or Morgothal, as his friends call it.
Morgothal, the fucking asshole is what I call him.
You just sent a big old white blood cell and you smushed it good.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, peoples.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.